On a late January afternoon, Sydney Strickland is speaking about her brain injury with some of the best minds in high school sports.
She hit me and I was like, ow, that hurts really bad, and I kind of stayed there for a second, and then next thing I know I was back up into my position. Apparently she picked me up and like sent me back to my spot and like, let's go, let's keep playing, and I was like, okay.
But she hasn't been okay 4 months after her volleyball hit.
In chemistry, I was trying to weigh something for a lab, and I forgot what that meant. I got really confused and didn't even know what to do.
That was just one blow to the head. But what about repetitive hits for a sport like football?
There's no way for us to know what people have done that week, that day, that season even. And I think though we don't have any magic numbers to go by yet, the first place to start would be to have a helmet that would measure this activity.
Enter a Southern Illinois manufacturer trying to develop the future of football.
What we take as one of our mandates as a football equipment manufacturer is try to make the game as safe as we possibly can.
Schutt Sports, based in Salem, Illinois, calls itself the biggest helmet maker in the world. And this upcoming season, they'll be including impact sensors on their football helmets they manufacture.
The best way to think of the impact counter that we'll be putting on our helmets is a pitch counter for football players.
The National Operating Committee on Standards for Athletic Equipment, or NOCSE, sets the standards for manufacturers like Schutt. The Overland Park, Kansas-based NOCSE certifies equipment and helmets using a battery of rigorous testing.
That tells them that that helmet has been subjected to the most rigorous helmet testing standard literally in the world.
Most people think you get a concussion from hitting.
Right, head on head. No impact is ever straight on. There's always some sort of angle involved, and when that happens, the head starts to turn, you start to get a shearing effect, and the brain somewhat spins on its axis.
This $40 device that affixes to the back of a helmet measures impacts for the day, week, and year. And while it can't prevent concussions, it could change the way the game is played, according to the team physician for the St. Louis Rams and Blues.
It may raise some awareness to a coach that's saying, hey, if we're monitoring the number of hits that a player has, maybe we need to rethink our contact policy for our practices, and maybe we don't need to be hitting as often as we do.
After all, that gray matter in our cranium is a lot like the deep blue sea, unknown and unmapped.
Something that we'll never understand in our lifetimes, but certainly something that is very, very interesting when it gets injured.
Patrick Clark, Fox 2 News.